here's my advice for today. You want to go now. What do you mean by go now, you ask? Well, you want to use your talents now. I know how many of us tend to delay because we want things to be perfect. Sometimes we want um, things to be perfect, but not necessarily perfect, but ideal. Sometimes we're wanting the environment and the climate or whatever reason to be ideal. But really, if we really are honest with ourselves, we're talking ourselves out of it. We're talking ourselves out of stepping out there, stepping into traffic, attempting to do something that may come with a lot of criticism. It may come with criticism, it may come with failure, it may come with a lot of things. Now, I have way more unpublished work than I have published. I have way more ideas. I have stuff written down everywhere. Before cell phones were this advanced, I used to have papers everywhere with notes written down to put into my files. And when I look back, I have manuscripts that I never published, quotes that I've never revealed. And these things come to me on a regular, daily, all the time. As a person that was born with talents, which we all are, you know, talents are what we're born with, skills are what we develop. Everyone has talents. Now, some people may overlook their talent or may not hone in on that talent or let that talent develop them or let those talents develop, I should say. But we all have talents. And the thing about our talents is we oftentimes die with them. We oftentimes don't put these ideas out. And I'm not telling everyone to just go out and get a podcast. It's that's a whole different topic in and of itself to unpack about, the amount of maybe podcasts or platforms that people have. Because some people actually go too fast, right? They go further than the concept has been developed. But for the most part, if we're sitting on something for a while, we do have those concepts developed. I know for me, I've sat on a lot of things. Like I actually have movie scripts written that I've never taken anywhere. I have stand-up routines written, when I tell you pages and pages of it, that I've just never used because this, me with my humor, I'm seeing stuff happening all the time, and I set things up, or I would be somewhere and I set up a scene that did not take place. And then next thing I know, I'm like, oh, that's a routine, or that's a script. Or imagine if a movie was like this. And I just start writing the stuff down, and I have it, and I've never launched. And I think that when we look out and see all the stuff launching, time is passing. Time is passing. Typically, the average age for people to step on the scene is in their 20s and 30s, to step on the scene with something viable or breakout. Because I did. And I see now, looking at the people that are new on the scene, they're in that age range. It's very rare you see anyone in their 40s, 50s, 60s, or even 70s breaking out on something new. They're typically playing it safe, staying where they're at, staying in their mode, and not going. But what happens when you don't go? Like, what is the downside to not going? And what is the downside to going? Like I said, some people can go too fast. But my suggestion to you is you got to step out there and fail fast. There's a saying that your first business is your worst business. It's because no matter how perfect you need the situation to be, when you step out there for the first time doing anything, you're not going to be as good as the 100th time that you step out and did it. So you got to get it out the way. You can't think that the first time you do something is going to reflect the 100th time doing it. That's not how it works. Your first time doing it may reflect someone else's 100th time doing it, because you may actually have the talent that people may not have, but they're trying to do the thing that you have the talent for, and they don't have the talent, so they got to build the skills to do it, but there's no foundation of talent with that. So it's tough for them, right? So your first time looks like their 100th time. So what I'm saying is, if you have a talent that's already there, it's best for you to step out and do it, and just get that first worst out of the way, so that you can continue building and going. So that's my whole point for you today, is to go now. And like I always say, the man that fails is also the man that tries. So if you're not failing, that means you're not trying. So fail, because that means you're trying.